Well, thank you, Peter Mayer and Faith Rivera. How uplifting and beautiful. Yeah. Okay, well, we begin this month with a quote attributed to Buddha. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. The mind is everything. What we think, we become. The mind is everything. Because without a thought, our awareness of life would be like a blue, blue sky, filled with apparently nothing. Without an idea of ourself in our mind, we wouldn't be able to see the results of all that we've thought so far or think about what we may become in the future. Without images in our head, without perceptions in our mind constructed by thoughts, we'd be unable to see the world physically with our eyes. As we talked about last Sunday, we look through eyes that are directed by our mind to see only what our mind tells us is there. I mean, as far as our mind can see, nothing else is going on in the world. The mind is everything because our thoughts make up the world we see. Without a thought of the world, we wouldn't have a care in the world. The spiritual teacher Muji said, you need nothing to be happy, but you need something to be sad. Thoughts are invisible things within us that become visibly manifest as physical things around us as we focus on them. Anything that's anything to us. A house, a car, a tree, a flower, our body, another body, all the things that we see three-dimensionally, and all the behaviors we perceive that are right or wrong, and all the events that we judge as good or bad, all of it has its origin in our personal collection of beliefs. William Shakespeare famously said, there is nothing either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. What we think about and what we believe is true activates a creative vibration within us that attracts to us a physical confirmation of what we believe. Often we say, well, I'll believe it when I see it. But the truth is we must believe it first before it can materialize before our eyes. We read in the Bible that Jesus or Joshua said, it is done unto you as you believe. But he could have just as easily said, you gotta believe it to see it. We may speak without thinking and we may act without thinking, but even when we do, our mind is chock full of beliefs about ourselves and life that cause us to say and do the things we say and do. As our Muji quote from last Sunday reminded us, the mind needs your energy and belief. Otherwise, it cannot become manifest. And we've been considering all this month that nothing could appear to us in this physical environment without its non-physical counterpart within us. The thoughts in our mind. As powerful, spiritual, vibrational beings, we create our experience of the world. And it is only because we do that we can change our thinking and change our experience of life. Otherwise, it wouldn't matter. But so often, our thoughts are so habitual that we don't pay attention to them, much less seek to change them. We could say that we think without thinking, that we don't give a second thought to our thoughts. We let our mind pretty much run on autopilot. We don't stop to notice what we're thinking or why we're thinking it. And because our thoughts feel so natural to us, we've not only stopped thinking that they matter, we've stopped wondering if they're true. That's why it's so important for us to take our journey in this life off of autopilot so that we can take control of our mind. We become its master by paying attention to the thoughts we're thinking in the moment that we're thinking them. We become its master by paying attention to how those thoughts are causing us to feel. What's good for us feels good within us. And what doesn't feel good within us isn't good for us. Abraham Hicks tells us this is the secret of happiness that you have been looking for. If you are moving in the direction of your identified desires, you are happy in this moment. If you are moving in opposition to your identified desires, you are unhappy in this moment. So, let's take a moment just to check in to notice how we're feeling. And if you would, just close your eyes. And just feel what you're feeling. Notice what you're feeling. Not how you should be feeling, but how you're actually feeling. And there's no right or wrong to how we're feeling right now. But if we want to live a life that feels good most of the time, it's important for us to keep in mind that every moment, this moment and every moment with every thought, we're moving in the direction of our good or in opposition to it. So just go ahead and open your eyes when you're ready. Now, whatever we felt or didn't feel brings us to the subject and the title of today's talk, Overthinking Under-feeling. When our thinking becomes a habit, our thoughts bounce around without a sound in our mind. And so it's hard to catch one and see what it's up to and what it's creating in our life. That's why it's all the more important for us to pay attention to the general mood and attitude that our thoughts are creating. Our feelings set the mood for our life in the same way that the music score in a movie sets the tone for what's coming. I mean, if we're watching a movie and we hear doo to, we're pretty sure there's a shark on the way. And if we hear some other eerie sounds and eerie music, we know something scary is about to happen. And if we hear happy music or romantic music, then we know we're watching a Hallmark movie. And we know it's going to have a happy ending. We all experience a bad mood once in a while, but it's important not to put it in the driver's seat by focusing on the thoughts that come to mind when we're in a bad mood. Maybe we think, oh, that makes me so mad. Oh, and that makes me mad too. And then there's that, and that makes me sad, and this makes me sad. Nothing good can come from thoughts or speaking and acting in the atmosphere, that heavy, foggy atmosphere of a bad mood. Just take a nap. Abraham Hicks tells us that the law of attraction is most understood when you see yourself as a magnet, getting more and more of the way you feel. Now, if you've been here since the beginning of the year, then you know that the theme this year is 2022 is up to you. And that's why on the first Sunday, we considered how important it is for us to tend to our mental, emotional trend. Remember that? We were going to tend to our trend. And we defined that trend as our mood and attitude. So we might want to ask ourselves, am I becoming more aware? Have I become more aware? Do I continue to become more aware of how my thoughts are causing me to feel? Up or down? Or as the theme from the movie Mahogany asks, do you know where you're going to? Do you like the things that life is showing you? Whether our desire is for greater health, for happier relationships, for more financial ease, for more peace of mind, for more time to do what we want to do, even if what we want to do is just rest. If we want to get there from here, we have to feel our way through. Our thoughts create our mood and attitude, and it is our mood and attitude that cause us to feel the way we do about ourselves and life. And our mood and attitude creates an atmosphere in our mind that causes us to perceive life as we do. Every day and every moment within the day. We are either a good mood or a bad mood, looking for a way to express ourselves. And the law of attraction will give us plenty of opportunities to express ourselves either way. If our mood is happy and light and peaceful, if we're loving life and at least most of the people in it, the atmosphere of our mind will be light and breezy. We will think with clarity. We will speak with gentle certainty, and we will act with compassion and kindness. To feel our way through isn't about being emotional or super sensitive to the pain and suffering of the world. Emotionalism reveals our own entrapment in the world of appearances, and that's not helpful to anyone. We feel our way through by attuning our mind to our divine inner being and paying attention to what feels good when we think it, and when we say it, and when we do it, because that is our inner holiness communicating with us. When we regret our words and our actions, it's because we weren't paying attention to our inner guidance when we spoke or when we acted. We can only navigate our life as a divine being, having a human experience by feeling for our inner guidance and then following it. When we align with our inner divine, we're tuned into a universal power that knows what we want and knows how to bring it to us. But so often, even when we feel directed by what feels right for us, we talk ourselves out of those directions by overthinking them. We might weigh the pros and cons in our mind and think and think and think about it. We may listen to the opposing opinions of this person and that person until we've convinced ourselves that we shouldn't follow the guidance of our heart. We resist the good we've asked for. When we focus on thoughts that disagree with what we want, and then allow those disagreeable thoughts to keep us away from our good. Mary Perron, the scribe of A Course of Love, wrote in her new book, Morari, The Way of the Marys, what would it be like to create as the God heart, as well as the God head? What new wonders would come to be if we were to create with the thought of love rather than the love of thought? Thoughts inspired by love bring peace to our minds. Thoughts inspired by our heart feel good. They bring happiness and a sense of well-being. And thoughts of love cause a healing vibration to extend from us to those around us. Now, according to the ancient Mayan calendar and to Mayan elders, we are moving from the age of living in the intellect to 5,000 years of living in the heart. Now is of the utmost importance for us to transcend the imprints of duality upon our emotional body. The heart knows only unity. The heart knows only oneness. The heart feels its own love and recognizes that love in everyone else. Love isn't an emotion. Love is what we are. Love is our spiritual, vibrational truth. And love is present within us, beating our heart in every moment, wherever we are. No matter what may be going on in that moment, love is there for us. To tune into that love is to tune into our true self. To feel that love is to feel vibrationally up where we belong. Uplifted, not emotional. And it is only from an uplifted state of being that we can help each other rise. Muji wrote, "You have tried it the hard way. Now try it the heart's way, the effortless way for a while. Everything is magical when you see it with your heart." Namaste. All right. Well, this is the time of our service when we get to say again, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being there. Thank you for your love and support. The support that you give us with your energy of love and caring. The energy that you give as you go out in the world, because who you are here and what you become aware of who you are here, you share that with the world and you share that with others, and someone's going to walk up to you and say, "Why are you so darn happy?" And then you can say, "Well, I'm happy for a lot of reasons, but one of them is that I come to the Life Enrichment Center on Sundays, or I listen live stream." So thank you for doing that. Thank you for being the emissary of love in this world. And thank you for your financial support so we can come together and do this every Sunday and do all sorts of things. And as Reverend Kim was saying, we are on a roll now. Yeah, summer's just about over, and we are on a roll to live the yes, yes, yes of God. And so here to tell you, if you've been wondering, how can I support financially? Our Dr. Jamie is here to tell you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, if you're watching online, you can support Life Enrichment Center by going to our Facebook page, which you might be on watching this right now. It's it's facebook.com/Life Enrichment Center. Via our website, which is lecflint.com, you can go to that and find the contribute button and contribute that way. We have, you can do it via PayPal. We're at lec2512@gmail.com. And then, you can give a donation via PayPal. Or our new mailing address, if you'd like to send a check, is the Life Enrichment Center, P.O. Box 321-294, Flint, Michigan 48532. And here in the sanctuary, we're going to take up a collection, our gratitude receivers coming forward. And while we're doing that, we're going to play a song by Nima Patel and Daniel Namad. It's called Grateful, and then Reverend Stephanie will be back with the gratitude prayer. Thank you.